I expect that there's going to be there's a high chance that they'll succeed in this bid compared to the other companies, because it's very close to Ethiopia, so its proximity, and also due to the performance in the market, Kenya market, with penetration in Kenya at 102 mobile penetration, which has really been due to Safaricom's continued innovation and capital expenditure investments. Because this deal does not include M-Pesa, I believe that the voice and data growth will be significant, with 100 million people and only 41.5 million having mobile access. There is a big potential of growth. Year on year, you can see that there is an 18% growth of mobile penetration in Ethiopia. So with 100 million people, I expect that the voice and data services will do very well in Safaricom, especially in the long run once they pay off the debt. The cost is quite high, but it's a long-term investment. I believe they are looking at it as a long-term investment, long-term buy. So I expect them to get a return on the investment between 7 years to 10 years, or rather 5 to 10 years. That's when they're most likely to regain the investment, with 110 billion spent on capex and infrastructure, as they're expected to build their own network infrastructure in Ethiopia. That will really dent their finances in the short term. In the short term, it will be a bit challenging. The dividends might still be maintained at the current levels before they can start getting back on their feet on the payments. So for shareholders in the short term, this will be a negative view, but for income, that's mostly for income investors. For investors looking for capital gains, I believe that the stock price will really increase, even as the rally has been going on the past couple of days due to the dividends announced. I expect that once this deal has gone through, the price will continue going up, because the market value of the share, or rather the stock, will increase significantly. So outlook in the future will be very, very, very promising. And in the short term, mostly for income investors, that would probably mean just the same amount of shares, no increment. I would expect that. Mm-hmm. Although they might be able to turn around much faster than we expect, which would also be a positive. As much as M-Pesa is a very big contributor to profits, I still think that the profits they stand to gain in revenues from voice and data is still high, which will increase the value, as opposed to letting the deal go and not gaining anything. And also in the long term, we never know. The Ethiopian government is starting to become liberal with other investors, foreign investors, and this is a start. So in the long run, they might be able to innovate in that market. It's going to be challenging for Safaricom, because most of the things they're able to do in the Kenyan market will not apply there. But I believe they have very good management, a good management team that will help to take part in meetings with the government that will come to agreements that will help the company. At the end of the day, I believe that it will still be a positive for the firm, even with regulations, high regulations. They'll still find ways. They're very, very innovative, and I believe they'll still find ways to make profits and revenues increase in the market.